Once upon a time, there was a man named Jason who played video games. This is one of those games. Today we're playing some more Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. Last time, we came into this dungeon, basically just looking to save some poor guy that Billpalm and Furpy, just two random people in the town of Lenisa, went ahead and had some bandits carry off to, well, actually, technically, just Billpalm did it, but we ran into a little problem. Our werewolf hunger took over, and we're down to 4 health, so I figured we're actually going to leave this dungeon. Now, leaving the dungeon will actually clear out this map, which is very unfortunate, but I really want to get my health back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and leave the dungeon, as much as this hurts me to do, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at our world map, because I want to find the nearest, we'll say, small settlement. So this is where we're at right now. We're at the Monastery of Balabron, and I probably want to go to Neressa, because I believe that is a temple dungeon. It is a town. So, let's go ahead and hop on our horsey and head up a little bit to the northeast. So basically, yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and, we'll say, slay some innocents, because why the heck not? We're a werewolf and it is time to feed, and I'm not going through that whole dungeon with only 4 health. Like, I could do it, but it's gonna take a lot longer than I really need it to. So I figured, you know what? If I go ahead and I do this, I go ahead and I feed, then I can just run back, and then we can go ahead and, get back to some dungeon crawling. And then after the dungeon crawling, you know what? I want to get rid of this curse. I want to get rid of my lycanthropy, because I am fed up with this. I really like the power that it gives me, but I really just don't like the effects itself. I'm like, and you know what? I miss this in like the later games. Oh my goodness, horse, are you like going crazy? This is actually one of the reasons why I hate riding the horse, is because the sound is just so broken with it. I find it very distracting, and it just kind of takes me out of the experience. So, but yeah, I hate how in like the later games, like lycanthropy and vampirism, they kind of become superpowers with really little to no downsides. And by later games, I mean after basically Morrowind. Everything after Morrowind, I find, has major problems. Actually, everything before Morrowind has some major problems. Heck, I think Morrowind has some major problems. But I would say less than the other games. But anyways, I apparently have a horse with, okay, calm down, horse, with like multiple personality disorder or something, or it's got 2 sets of vocal cords. I don't know. Anyways. So that's basically the plan. Go into town, kill some guy, and then basically go back into the dungeon. What the heck? What the heck? I was just walking, and all of a sudden where am I? Hello? I was just walking, and all of a sudden everything went like foggy and crap. Where am I? I'm at where? Okay, it looks like I'm west of the town I want to go to. What the heck? Okay, is this water? Am I above water? What the heck? Is this what happens when you leave the... Huh. Wait, is there even water? Okay, guys. I realize the town is just over there, but this requires some investigation. So if I run out in this direction, there's random ground. Wait, is there no water? Oh my goodness, is the water really actually not water? Is it just some like dead wasteland? This is wow. Okay, so. This has me wondering if is this just because I entered a cell that maybe had a different type, and then it's I don't know, displaying like this, or is this what all of the water looks like when you try to manually travel over it? Wow. Okay. You know, if this is supposed to be what all the water is, then I'm kind of disappointed. I would have hoped they would have at least just, put a water layer, like Arena. When you left the towns and you started walking off in a direction, there was water here and there to swim. I don't see any reason why Daggerfall couldn't do that, unless the way they created the map prevented them from being able to put water in the... No, they've had puddles and stuff in the overworld. It wouldn't be hard for them to just put a layer of water, right? Okay, let's take a look at the map and see where the heck I am. Let's see, I'm at... Is that... No, it still looks like the coast. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking, and I want to see if I can actually get to water. I'm sorry, this is important to me. I'm like, wait a second. That's really weird. Oh, wait, water. Do we have water? We have water. I see water. Okay, there we go. We hit water. And now we're up, and now we're back into water. And I'm clopping along on top of the water. Okay. Alright, so it does turn to water. I guess just when you hit the coastal area, it kind of does a weird thing where it's, I don't know, it transforms into some sort of very gray and foggy coastal area or something. I don't know. If we take a look at the map, though, I'm pretty sure we can confirm that we are, in fact, in the water. Yes, we are. Okay, so you do actually go into water. Let's just go ahead and fast travel to where I was actually planning to go, which was Nerissa. I'm going to do so by foot horse because, well, you know, I'm actually on my horse already, so it just makes sense. So, off to Nerissa. We're going to fast travel this time. Archery, critical strike, and I'm entering the place. Now, I thought about this. Do I always want to have my my charisma shirt on, or I think it's a charisma shirt? Because every time I enter a new area, it's going to recast, and if I recall correctly, it's every time you recast that it drains some of the power. So eventually, this shirt's just going to come off because I've been traveling too much. Okay, let's just go into this. Do we want to go into an inn? It's not an inn, right? No, we want to go into a house. That's right. We go into a house, try to rest, and then we let the guards show up, and then we slay them. All right. So let's go ahead and run on into a house. The house is nothing of value. Of course, you won't let me break into it because you're not Arena. That's right. You're just freaking Daggerfall. Is there any residence, any house nearby that will allow me to go ahead and rest in it? Please, you look like a shop. I don't want to go to a shop. Wait, I'm outside. I'm an idiot. Nobody comment on that. Why don't I just go ahead and transform right here, right now? And then I'd be like, hey, guard, how's it going? And he's like, oh no! I'm dying! Oh. Wait. He's not dead, and my health is back up to 100. I don't even need to kill people. I just need to wound them as a werewolf. Ha! When I wound them, my health goes back up. Oh! It has nothing to do with me actually killing them. Of course, I'm gonna kill the guy so that he, you know, stops attacking me, but... Interesting. Okay. So, actually, in the future, I could actually just go ahead, run up and hit a guard, and then run away. And that would be fine, because I don't actually need to even kill the guy. Huh. Does not unlock. Just let me into it. Yeah, there we go. I'll go into this inn, this tavern thing. Then I'll go ahead and transform back. And then I'll just talk to this guy and this girl, and I'll be like, hey, just give me a... Actually, I don't even need a room. I'm at full health and everything. Okay. We're out of here. We're traveling back to that dungeon. Alright, so we find ourselves back in this dungeon here, which, once again, the enemies have gone ahead and respawned, and of course, my bow is completely useless here. So, you know, I want to rush through this dungeon. So, let's actually do a couple things. One, let's go ahead and set an anchor point for my teleport spell. Then, let's go ahead and switch over to a different weapon. Let's go ahead and just equip this big sword because why not? It's adamantium, I believe. I don't have my shield out, but that's okay. Hey, sword, you want to come out, please? Thank you. Took you long enough. Okay, kill the gargoyle, and then we're going to go ahead and re-equip the bow. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest here. Actually, Jason, you probably could just go ahead and, you know, use one of your potions. I could do that, and you know what? I think I will do that instead. We're gonna go ahead and, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. We're gonna go ahead and use a, not a free action, restore power potion. And I'm going to go ahead and, go sneaky peeky like, and we're just gonna run through this dungeon really quick. And by run through really quick, I mean like, oh, no, darn it. I have to loot things. Okay, loot things as quickly as possible. run through it, because I've already explored a bunch of this, right? So I don't want to go ahead and have to re-explore everything all over again. You're scary. Oh, you can see me. Oh, excellent. Okay. That's terrible, because I was really hoping that I wouldn't have to... Okay, come on. Weapon, come out. Weapon, come out. Weapon. Okay, never mind. Last time I remember there being, you know, like knights and those kind of people, so I figured, alright, well, if I just go ahead and I go sneaky peeky like, I'll be able to run past all of them. But no! This time the game decides, we're gonna throw a mummy at you! So that either tells me I'm going to a place I haven't gone to before, or, ooh, a book. I might read you later. Epic of the Grey Falcon. Thank you? What are you? Quick. Wraith Essence. No, it's okay. I gotta keep going before my invisibility runs out. You know what, guys? I was like, I'm trying to rush through this, but you know what's gonna happen, right? You know it's not going to result in anything. I'm just gonna end up traversing the same amount of area. I'm gonna have to rest because I've run out of magic or something, and then I'm really not gonna make much more progress using this method. But hey, it sounds good on paper, right? I just go ahead and use sneaky peeky like, run around and be like, okay, this place sounds or looks familiar. Yep. Hey guy, how's it going? Uh-oh, sneaky peeky like is wearing off. Kill the guy with the arrows! Make him dead with the arrows! He's gonna come and kill me! Hurry up! Alexis, you suck with a bow. Seriously. Well, at least I've got health this time and he's not gonna one-shot me. Ow! Ow! Yeah, I like the bow. I want to keep using it, but at the same time, oh, ha, you can't get me, because I'm, like, on the other side of this box. So I'm just gonna stay here and successful backstab with my bow. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab the gold pieces. What have we got here? We've got some sort of piece of paper. It's a map. Let's go ahead and remove the map. A freshly drawn map indicates the long-lost location of the Flurcom tombs, which you copy down. I guess that's good information to have. Let's go ahead and save the game. We have not done that yet. We're going to go ahead and save this as working 5. Because we are currently working through this part of the game, and we're going to go ahead and save, because that's a good idea. Sure, why not? Alright, I really hope I get good with the bow, because... Have I already been here? Please don't tell me I've already been here. I've not already been here. Cool. That means that loot is mine, and this holy dagger, which is worth 2,500, I'm going to be taking that. Basically, the holy tomes and the holy daggers are totally worth grabbing. They're like the only miscellaneous items where I'm like, yes, pick it up, you need it. I have a feeling someone's coming up behind me. I've never seen this item. Oh, maybe I have, but it didn't make an impression on me. A bell worth 8 gold. No, it's okay. It's alright, I can do without it. Anyone this way? Hello? Oh, I'm not going down there until I've checked that other door. So yeah, alright, now I can slow down a little bit. I wanted to sort of rush through this. I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and get this done. Yeah, you know what, that never works out well for me. I'm like, it's gonna be painful, it's gonna be terrible. Oh no, not another mummy! Those things can see me when I'm invisified. Go away, mummy. I hate having to change my weapon. Alright, let's see if there's some way I can deal with him. Do I have a... Agility Vampire. What kind of spells do I have? Do I have something that would work against the undead? I have an undead pacifier, which it has 62, which I could use, but I doubt it's going to work. Do we want to try it? Do we want it? No, we don't. We do not want to try it. I don't think for some reason I have it in my head that I have a spell that allows me to enchant my weapon, but I don't think I had that. I'm thinking of a different game, aren't I? I think I am. So, let's go ahead and, you know what? Paper Cut's a cool spell. Let's try it, so I don't have to... You are not successful. Really? I'm not successful. Okay, come on, buddy. I'm gonna... Not successful again. Alright, well, there we go. Mummy just died from a paper cut. Dang, my paper cut's gotten powerful. What is the stats on my paper cut? Paper cut does, let's see, magnitude 1 to 1 plus 2, what, 2 to 3 per level. So basically, at my current level, it's what, 10? So my minimum damage is what? 10? And then it's plus... No. Magnitude is 1 plus 2. 2 to 3 per level. So my minimum is 20 up to... 21 to 31. I think I did that right. I don't want to get too bogged down in math right now. It's very simple math, Jason. I don't see what's a big deal about, you know, make big deal about it or something. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Oh man, okay. I've explored this area. Yeah, basically, I sort of feel that pressure. I'm like, I didn't want to go back because that means that my entire map basically gets undone, and I don't want the map to get I didn't want to get the map undone because then I'd have to retread over area that I've already been, and I didn't want you guys to have to sort of sit through the same kind of thing over and over and over again. But it's Daggerfall. This is the Daggerfall experience. It's start off with mundane quest and end up in a dungeon. Yep. A dungeon that looks just like every other dungeon you've been in. Woo. Like, I can understand... Oh, hi. How's it going? I'm just gonna shoot you with arrows, and hopefully you die, and that would be great. If you could just die from an arrow. Like, how am I missing at this range? I should not be missing at this range. I know I'm terrible at archery, but... Like, come on. That time oh yeah, that time there too I missed pretty badly. Am I gonna... She's gonna bring me all the way back to the entrance. I don't want to go back to the entrance. I want to... There we go. Monk just died. Finally. What have we got here? This is a different sword. An elven dagger. Not interested. What have we got here? A steel daikatana. Also not interested. Money. I will take that though. 680 gold pieces. Nice. Alright, now we're back down here, again, where I first ran into that girl. You know what? I was thinking, you know, in like the 2 seconds it took me to walk back down here. I understand that at the time, that, you know, Daggerfall was a big thing, and it is a good game. It is a good game. But I almost hate to say it, but I feel like it is... overrated, maybe? And I know that there's gonna be some diehard fans who are gonna tell me that I'm just not getting it, or I'm used to new games or something. But if anybody who actually watches my channel and has heard me talk about things, will be able to attest to is that I grew up with really old and brutal games. I grew up with all kinds of stuff like that. I have no problem with games that we'll say most would deem terrible, but I feel that Daggerfall, with as much as it tried to do, it just came across as so shallow. Like, yeah, it's good. There's a lot of it that is good, but you can so tell that the game was incomplete, that it just wasn't finished when they released it. It really shows. There's just something missing from the game. There's a lot missing from the game. All right. And I hate dwelling on that, because I feel like I've done a lot of bashing on, like, the UI, for instance, and stuff like that, but it goes beyond just the UI. I think that, just in general, the game is... for the love of... It's incomplete. Anyways, enough of me getting all serious and depressing. Let's just pull out a weapon and hope that we can sort of slash this thing to pieces, because, oh, come on, weapon, come out. Thank you. Mommy just died. It's like my mood just totally just changed. I went from like hyper kind of let's get this done, let's go to like, guys, can I be real with you for a second? Like, there are times where I turn on Daggerfall and I'm actually really not feeling it. I'm like, I don't really want to play this. But I want to play through at the same time. It's like, it's a game you want to play, but sometimes you just don't want to play because you know that you've been doing the same thing for the last however long, and it's disappointing because it's a game you want to love. You can see so much to it. You're like, yes. And there's sometimes where I sit down though, and I'm just like, all right, time for me to record some. What the heck was that? I heard something. Let's save the game. I haven't done that in a little bit. Where I just sit down and I'm getting ready to go ahead and, you know, record some Daggerfall, and I don't want to. And so it's times like that where I'm like, I need to make sure I've got maybe a bit of a buffer, and I have been doing that. I've been trying to stay like maybe 2 episodes ahead. So if you guys give me comments or advice or something, a lot of times I won't take, we'll say, your advice until like maybe an episode or 2 later, or sometimes maybe 3, depending on what kind of buffer I create. It's because I have to go ahead and I have to create the content when I'm in the mood for it, because otherwise, then I've thrown out so many episodes because I've just kind of been, yeah, I'm playing Daggerfall again, yay, and you know, it's hard to always get excited to play it. I really have to be in the mood for it, so. I don't know why I'm sharing this. I just figured, you know, sometimes it's nice to get behind the scenes, and I don't want to bash the game. But, you know, sometimes it's really hard to sit down and, you know, especially for how long these games go on, it's hard to sit down and really stick with it when it's so repetitive. Like, I'm okay with repetitive, but if you actually do the math, we're like episode 80-something at this point here. So obviously I'm not doing the math, I'm just doing a quick estimate, which I guess is technically math. What am I doing? I'm looking for a spell. Right. I want water-breathing. Fishsticks will do the trick for me, which will allow me to go underwater. It's not buoyancy, though, so actually I should probably cast buoyancy as well. That'll allow me to move through the water a little bit quicker. There we go. Slay these slaughterfish, and quickly move through here and try to find some sort of treasure or whatever it is down here. I don't know what I'm looking for. Anyways, yeah, I just, you know, I like to share, we'll say, my experience, we'll say, behind-the-scenes stuff sometimes, and sometimes people like that, so I figured I'd go ahead and share that. And it's, that's been my approach to Daggerfall for the past little while. It's been, you know, when I get into the mood for it, when I get that groove, I'm like, yes, let's play some Daggerfall! I gotta go ahead and record my episodes then, because I know that I might hit, I might hit an entire week. I might hit a string of, you know, of a period of time, rather, where I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. Nope. Like, I actually, I don't have a problem with repetitive games. Like, I've played MMOs, and those are like the kings of repetitive gameplay. But, I think my fish sticks are about to run out, aren't they? I think they are. And slaughterfish has died. Nope, that was my buoyancy, so now I'm just moving slower. Okay, that's okay. As long as I can still breathe underwater, we're good. And there's nothing down here. Okay, cool. We're gonna head back out of the water. We've explored this area to completion. I will need some more magic power, though, because I am basically out of it. Yeah, I think we're done. Yep, we're done. Let's just get out of here. But yeah. Today's kind of one of those middle days where I'm in the mood but not in the mood. Like, oh, sorry, that was the point I was getting at. You know, some games, or when you think of repetition, most games are very repetitive, if we're being very honest, but they have other things to sort of guide you and keep you motivated. And, you know, Daggerfall's got that to an extent, too. You know, you're going ahead and you're slaying things, you're getting more powerful, you're getting items, and it has that RPG hook, you know. It's kind of got that, I don't want to say Diablo-esque, because Diablo actually, I would say, does it better, because there's such a wide variety of different equipment that you can obtain, and it kind of keeps you going forward. I find, we'll say, with the Elder Scrolls games, they're a lot more, we'll say, level-based. Your reward is experience. So you're, you know, constantly getting skill ups, and those are your own little rewards. Equipment is not as big of a deal. Like, yes, it is. Every time I say something like that, someone jumps to the extreme. They're like, yes, it is a big deal. Well, yes, it is, but it's not as big of a big deal. If you look at, like, an entire spectrum, you know, you look at different RPGs and what they sort of emphasize, I find the Elder Scrolls tends to put more of an emphasis on a high-leveled character. A high-leveled character, will tend to... Okay. We are fighting something that silenced me, and my current weapon is ineffective against. So let's go ahead and just equip this big sword and hope that this does it. The trick for me. What are you? Is that a lizard man or something? A Daedra. That's right, we fought one of those before. There's a lot of Daedra in this this place. Now my health is down to about half full, so I'm thinking about healing at this point. I'm not totally sold on the idea yet, though. Let's try to continue on as we were for a little bit. But yeah, you think of a different RPGs, and a lot of the RPGs, they will sort of favor one thing or the other. And equipment, while it does still play a role, you know, a game might put more of an emphasis on experience. Some games might put more of an emphasis on the equipment. You know, there's some games where the equipment is basically makes the character, and that can be true of any RPG, but they do tend to vary. You know, it does tend to depend on. I'm trying to think of how to put this, because I find the internet has this tendency to jump to extremes. If I say, you know, the Elder Scrolls is all about leveling up, they're gonna say equipment matters, and I'm like, I'm not saying equipment doesn't matter. I'm saying that levels matter more. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave it at that. Basically, because if we actually think about how often I'm replacing my equipment, like how often do I actually find something new and go, yes, I want to equip that? It's not too often. I do find a lot of enchanted items, which allow me to go ahead and cast spells, and that's cool. But as a whole, you know, overall, I find that the game is much more. It's much more about what your skills and experience is at. Okay. Is that a? Yes, it's exactly what I thought it was. I was trying to remember the name. Dramora. No, not a Dramora. It was It's a Daedroth. There we go. And the Daedroth just died. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and rest in this room because I need help and all sorts of other things. Now, this door. Can I actually use my bow to seal the door? Would that be funny if actually, I'm gonna save before I do anything. We're gonna try an experiment. My bow, the bow I have right now is a magical bow. And it has the spell, it has the ability to lock doors. So I was thinking, let's go ahead and lock the door and try resting in here. And then I want to see how this good of a lock is on there. That would be hilarious if I couldn't open the lock again. That's why I saved before doing it. So let's go ahead and where is it? Where are we? Come on. Short bow of the sealed door. Can I open the door now? The lock has nothing to fear from you. It does not unlock. Alright, can I break down the door? It's not a magically held lock, so it should still break down. That's fine. We're gonna go ahead and rest. Actually, we're only gonna rest for like maybe 4 hours. I don't want to over-rest. 4 hours. Wow, stealth, swimming, long blade, and archery have all gone up. Excellent. Oh, wait, don't save yet. We don't know if I can get out of the room. Okay. It does not unlock. I'm in steal mode and it still won't let me. Okay. So, actually, I might need to cast Steve or just bash the door down, Jason. That could work too. Yeah, I know. I just was kind of hoping that I could pick my way through. If I can't bash down the door, then we definitely have a problem. There we go. Alright, I just wanted to try it out. I'm like, I've got this spell, right? I should have tested to see if Steve could have opened it, but maybe I'll find a door closer to the exit on my way out. Because I don't, like I said, I don't want to waste too much time having to. Okay, I'll have to rest again because I just cast Steve. Be a great way to, we'll say, train up my my magic casting, my spell casting. You know what I'm trying to say. It'd be a great great way to do that. But it's not something I want to do right now because right now, like I said, I'm more concerned with making my way through this place and getting stuffs. And by getting stuffs, I mean retrieving the man that we're supposed to be rescuing from this place. I have a feeling we've gone too deep. Yeah, I think we've gone a little bit too far because a lot of these, we'll say, simple quests, the objective can be located up near the entrance to the dungeon. And let's see where we're. Then again, they could be anywhere in the dungeon, right? But a lot of times I found that they're closer to the entrance. But then again, was that just luck before? You know, I don't know. I'm not too sure. For all I know, the guy's down here in that hole. Nope, there's someone dead down there, which means I've been down there. So the guy's not down in that hole. Hey, but there's a quick way down. When I want to go down, I can be like, hey, there's a hole. I'll just jump in the hole. Hello, you just materialized out of thin air. Are you sure you're a monk and not a ninja? Iron, whoa, Orcish Claymore! Now, you're not the kind of sword that I typically use, but I will take you. Just because I haven't seen that before. It looks more like a glass weapon from the later Elder Scrolls games. Like, I can't really get a good view of it, but it looks greenish in color, so I'm like, is that just what happened in actually, is glass in Daggerfall, or is glass a Morrowind creation? Because that would be interesting if the orcish weapons in this game tended to be green, and then we'll say for Morrowind they changed things up so that they would be more of you know, glass would become the green weapon and so on. I don't know. That's interesting. We found a new type of weapon. I haven't seen one of those before. Okay, it does not unlock. 3. There we go. I was like, I'll give it 3 bashes and then I'll break out Steve, but it opened on the 3rd, so. Alright, we're good. And what lies behind this door? Come on. Alright, it's a monk. I'll just stab you in that hole in your armor that you just decided to keep there. There we go. I like it when they create impractical armor. It makes it so much easier for me to slay them. Just like, oh, there we go. There's a hole. We'll just slay that. Elven left pauldron, that's a +5. You know, that's actually a good way to sort of tell what armor is, or what weapons tend to be better. I've always liked, when you look at armor, I find, like, say you got, like, steel and iron and all that stuff, or plate, when you're looking at the different types of armor, and say you don't know, and you don't want to go looking up stuff online or whatever, what is this? An icon? It's not worth taking. You can always go ahead and find, if you have a piece of each piece of armor, so if you got like a piece of ebony, if you got a piece of elven, you got a piece of this and that, you can tend to look at what the armor value is on the various items. Alright, let's just break out Steve. Steve! Open the door for me. Thanks, Steve. And we'll go ahead and take this. And we'll go ahead and take the notes for Redguard history. Alright, we'll take that too. And I don't think we have anything else. Yeah, I that's how I used to use, we'll say I use the armor to tell what's what. If I'm like, I don't know what's better, adamantium or mithril or whatever, if I, you know, got a piece of armor of each, I can go ahead and look at them. That's just an example. I don't think that's actually ever happened in one of my recordings, but anyways, we're out of time, but we picked up a book, so let's go ahead and read that book, if I can go ahead and find it. I don't want to read this one, I wanted to read the other one I found. So let's go ahead and, oh, there it is, awesome! The Epic of the Grey Falcon. Let's read that. As uncovered and translated by Anido Joan, royal archaeologist from an ancient tome. This tale comes from sometime in the Second Era, most probably after the time of the Knahaten flu, or at least I have so surmised due to reasons in the text. Whether or not the tale is true, it remains an interesting story of survival. The reader will, I trust, forgive me if I translated the epic somewhat informally. The message, I think, is universal and should not be misread. Enjoy, gentle reader. AJJ. The Epic of the Grey Falcon. Well, okay, how long is this sucker? Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna grab something to drink. Alright. The Grey Falcon, a small warship of the Somerset Isle, was patrolling deep in the ocean for a pirate that had been looting the coast. The first 3 weeks out were uneventful. 2 hours after sunset, on the 22nd day out of port, the lookout spotted a top of a sail in the moonlight, just on the horizon. That threw me off. I saw the capital letter, the capital J, and I was like, okay, that's the end of a sentence. But that's a comma, so the J should be a lowercase. Sorry, just on the horizon. Sail to starboard! Forward quarter! The lookout of the Grey Falcon cried. The crew and captain of the Grey Falcon were quickly roused and stumbled to the deck. "'Tis the ship we're looking for, Captain," said the lookout. "All hands to battle stations! All archers to their posts!" The captain yelled, "Full ahead!" The two ships closed, and a dark figure stepped out onto the forecastle of the pirate ship. The figure made a gesture with his hands, and a giant ball of fire streaked towards the Grey Falcon. The ball of fire struck the Grey Falcon in her sails, quickly catching them aflame. The figure made another gesture. Large bolts of ice streaked out from his hands and hit the Grey Falcon just above and below the waterline, gouging large holes in her hull. The Grey Falcon was mortally wounded. The captain cried, "All hands abandon ship!" as he was cut off by the pirate's arrow shot into his throat. As the Grey Falcon, aflame, enlisting badly, plunged into the sea, one of her sailors, Derek Seaspit, managed, I'm assuming, to avoid the pirate arrows and spells to make his way to a lifeboat, and lowered it into the darkness below. Just as the lifeboat entered the water, a quick gray shape jumped into it. Derek looked and saw it was Helnor Snarlsbane, a Khajiit mercenary assigned to the ship. The two rowed the small boat away, as the Grey Falcon finished her descent into the sea. In the darkness, the pirate ship missed their small craft. After the two rowed well out of the pirates' possible view, they both collapsed from exhaustion. Early morning the next day, they took an inventory of the lifeboat's stores. Normally, the lifeboat carries enough food and water to supply 7 people for at least 10 days. In place of the food, though, Helnor found a note. The food in this lifeboat was found to be in violation of Somerset Navy regulation during inspection. In accordance to that article, the food was taken away and destroyed. Oh man. A replacement may be obtained by redeeming this letter at the Port Supply Office. Signed, Lieutenant Inspector Windhollow. Helnor read aloud, said to Derek... Okay, wait. Helnor read aloud. Said Derek to his Khajiit companion. We have plenty of water, but we are out of food. I don't know what we're going to do. I suppose we could try fishing, but we have no bait. There's no chance we can make it back to land before we starve to death. 'Twill be over a month in this craft. Wait, I have an idea, said Helnor with a gleam in his cat-like eye. 6 weeks later, the lifeboat entered the port of Corwich. As it was tethered to the dock, a solitary figure was pulled out, looking weather-beaten and thin. One of the dock workers peered into the life raft. After the figure was taken away to the port healer for treatment, what's this? A worker said to himself as he picked up a large bone from the boat. A bone bleached white by the sun. After the sole survivor of the Grey Falcon recovered from his ordeal, he was taken to the inquest for the death of Derek Seaspit, and placed on a chair before the magistrate. We here in High Rock have a dim view of cannibalism. You'd better have a good reason for your actions. The Inquisitor boomed at Helnor Snarlsbane. By the lady, do you? Helnor stood and said, Your Honor, I had no choice. There was no food, and it was at least 2 months to the closest port. We both decided this was the only way someone would make it. Well then, I suppose that is understandable, if somewhat distasteful, the Inquisitor said. You think it was distasteful, Helnor muttered to himself. I didn't have any seasoning. One final thing, Mr. Snarlsbane. How was it decided that you would be the one that would dine on the other? The toss of a coin? Helnor drew himself up and said, Your Honor, it was very simple. Derek Seaspit was a vegetarian. Case dismissed. Okay, I like that. It's kind of like it's a joke at the same time. I like it. That's good. It's good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and save the game as we'll say this is end 5 because this is the end of our episode. So if you like the video and you like the content and you would like to see more of it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.